The history of America really begins with the migration of Asian peoples out of prehistoric Beringia, along the coasts, through the mountains, across the plains and into the woodlands, until the North American continent was peopled and parceled into the territories of the First Nations. The history of the nation-state named the United States of America, and of the people or nationality called American, begins with the invasion, conquest, and colonization of the North American coast by European settlers, mainly from the British Isles, in the 17th century. Over the course of 4 centuries, the clutch of colonial settlements would grow in population, wealth, and political power, while continually expanding their settled territory westward, from the coast to the foothills of the Appalachians by 1750. After the War of Independence united the colonies as a nation-state, population, wealth, power, and territory would expand exponentially, reaching across the Appalachians to the east bank of the Mississippi by 1810, tripling the original colonial domain, pushing west to the Rocky Mountains and south to the Gulf of Mexico by 1820, doubling it again, and seizing Texas and the Southwest from Mexico and sweeping to the Pacific coast by 1849, increasing national territory by another third. From the settlement of Jamestown in 1607 to 1890, when the Census Bureau declared that the country no longer had a distinct frontier facing a wilderness of undeveloped land, the history of the United States is a tale of continual expansion, of the discovery, conquest, and settlement of new frontiers. This powerful and persistent association between the growing wealth and power of the American nation-state and the expansion of its territory into lands that were, from a European perspective, undeveloped, is the core of our oldest national myth, the myth of the frontier. It defines American nationality by creating a virtual genealogy. We Americans are the descendants, by blood or acculturation, of those heroes who discovered, conquered, and settled the virgin land of the wild frontier. Only a small minority of Americans ever experienced frontier life, but through history texts and the media of mass culture, later generations nonetheless came to see the frontier as a symbol of their collective past, the source of such markedly American characteristics as individualism, informality, pragmatism, and egalitarianism.